I don't know. I don't know. But Virgil, he's right there. He's right there. He's been proven that he belongs with the top fighters in the division. And, who knows? A couple of fights or next fight or whatever the case may be.
Terence Crawford has now reacted to Vergil Ortiz calling him out after beating Erickson Lubin. The undisputed super middleweight title holder said Ortiz is aiming too high, and if he truly wants to jump up 2 divisions, he's willing to give him the opportunity.
It could be Crawford next if he's still willing to do it, because that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that's a great fight to make happen still.
I'm at 168 and I'm never dropping back to any class I've already moved past. If he wants this that much, he needs to take the big leap up here and we can get it done. And it looks like Vergil Ortiz might be ready to take that step now. Ortiz made his intentions clear after stopping Lubin, telling reporters in the post-fight press room, "I'm here to face the top guys. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next. It can be Spence next. It can be Crawford next if he still wants the fight."
You want to fight Terence Crawford right now?
I would love to fight him, man. I think he's like probably the #1 pound for pound fighter right now.
Do you think he's out of his peak?
No.
Or is he in his peak now?
I think he's in his peak.
And you're saying you could beat a peak prime Terence Crawford?
I'm saying I believe that I can.
That's a matchup I've been asking for a long time. I still think it's a strong fight to put together. I'm just going to keep doing what I do best. That's simply being myself. Virgil Ortiz Jr. has Terence Crawford, Jaron Ennis, and other major names in sight after his second-round knockout over Erickson Lubin. Ortiz extended his perfect record and now sits at 24-0 with 22 stoppages. He's aiming for a big matchup next, and fans have been wanting him against Ennis for a long time. Boots and Ortiz faced each other in the ring after the Lubin bout, where Ennis introduced himself to the 154-pound class with a first-round knockout of Wismalma.
Still 100%.
I believe that I can. No, I respect him as a fighter, though. That's the thing. When I want to fight people, it doesn't mean that, oh, I don't like you. Like, let's get it on. It's more like I respect your skills, and I want to see if I can beat you.
Ortiz delivered an equally strong showing, maybe even against a tougher rival. Because of that, Ortiz versus Ennis would be a huge matchup right now. De La Hoya and Ortiz both spoke about what could come next after the win over Lubin. Robert Garcia thinks Vergil Ortiz Jr. has more paths available beyond Jaron Boots after stopping Erickson Lubin.
He's fighting the division. Both, it would do really good numbers on pay-per-view, because they should put it on pay-per-view. I think it'll do really good numbers on pay-per-view, and the gate would be...
Ortiz only needed 2 rounds to stop Lubin, moving to 24-0 and earning his second defense of the WBC interim super lightweight belt. The win led to a face-off with Ennis in the ring, hinting that this could be the next fight for both champions. Still, as Ortiz's coach, Garcia feels his fighter has choices beyond just Ennis. "We're ready for anyone, but we have many options," Garcia said after the fight to SB Nation.
And you named your GOAT as Bud Crawford, and I think a lot of folks are surprised. This is obviously a contemporary, somebody you called out in the past. Why did you rank him as your GOAT?
Well, I think this is gonna sound there was a little bit of a misunderstanding. I thought I could only choose one person for GOAT. So he was...
Sebastian Fondora is our mandatory, so we'd be happy to face him as well. Errol Spence was here, Jermaine Charlo was here, and of course Boots is here too. Any of those big fights could happen, and we're ready for them. Ortiz holds the WBC interim 154-pound title, while Sebastian Fondora is the regular champion. A unification fight makes sense, but Fondora is still tied to former champ Keith Thurman. Garcia believes that no matter who Ortiz faces next, it will be the main event of a major pay-per-view. The veteran trainer says Ortiz has already become a pay-per-view draw and is on the brink of global superstardom.
And as well, and then one of those fights, Crawford was there in the corner, and you were calling him out. You were saying, "Hey, I will take a fight," because they asked you, "Would you like to take a fight with Crawford?" Yeah, I would like to take a Crawford with him. And moving to today, obviously with his performance against Canelo, do you feel like a fight with Crawford is closer more than ever now?
First, I'll answer the question.
I think this is the perfect time for Virgil, a Mexican-American, to become a pay-per-view star, the one everyone wants to face because it's the biggest fight for them. I think we have choices. If it's Boots, great. because that's a huge matchup. So is Spence. So is Charlo. So is Fondor. So is Xander Zaz. They're all major fights, and that's how Mexican Americans rise to superstardom. Eddie Hearn and Ennis were at ringside for Ortiz Jr. versus Lubin. De La Hoya said they shouldn't have been there because now Boots might hesitate to face Ortiz Jr. He added, "I'm actually doubtful because I told Eddie and Boots, don't come see Virgil live or you'll be scared of what you witness."
Question, is this the fight that you want next? Virgil Ortiz against Jerron Boots Ennis.
I think this is the fight that has to happen, man. I think this is it.
It's the best fight in boxing. I think he did a great job. He looked good. But I'm going to show the world why I'm the best in the world. And I'm going to show his team. They've been talking all crazy.
I'm going to meet with Eddie Hearn. Clearly, we have the advantage because Virgil is the superior fighter, and we'll see if we can reach an agreement, which I'm confident we will. De La Hoya also mentioned that Ennis might choose another warm-up fight after realizing the threat Ortiz presents. The Golden Boy added that Ortiz wants to secure his financial goals from a fight with Boots, who is widely regarded as one of the top fighters in boxing today.
Anyone, if it's a good fight, if I feel like it's gonna be a great fight, which of course with Crawford, that's a no-brainer for sure. We got to get past this fight and we could talk about the future.
WBC interim super welterweight champion Virgil Ortiz Jr. showcased his devastating power by stopping Erickson Lubin just 1 minute and 30 seconds into the second round at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. With the win, Ortiz improved his perfect record and sent a strong signal to the rest of the division. From the start, Ortiz controlled the pace and displayed his power. Lubin hung in through the first round, but in the second, the Texan landed a sharp combination that backed Lubin onto the ropes, forcing the referee to stop the fight.
Talking crazy, and I'm going to back it up, and I'm going to show the world why I'm the best in the world. But like I said,
No one's been talking crazy, bro. Your dad is the first one that said that I was ducking. It's on video. It is on video that he said we ducked and we didn't get no offer.
it don't matter. The time is now. It's that time. Let's get this money and let's make this fight.
His dominant showing once again highlighted Ortiz's skill in ending fights decisively. His explosive attacks and accuracy have made him one of the most feared punchers in the super welterweight division, building excitement for his next big challenge among top fighters. In an interview, Crawford was asked about his upcoming fight and whether a decision has been made. He revealed he plans to compete next in 2026. When that happens, his likely opponent will be Dimitri Bivol, as discussions have been happening quietly. "I'm definitely not going back to 154, and I'm not moving up to 175. We're planning for 160, and Bivol is my current target," he said. "That's the only fight that matters for legacy right now."
But if you were at 168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look
Right, not now. At 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168. No.
This goes against what many others have been calling for. After Crawford's win, Saudi Sports official Turki Alalshik suggested a potential mega fight with David Benavidez, questioning whether the former champ could still make the 168-pound limit. Benavidez had previously chased a title shot against Canelo at super middleweight but didn't get it and later moved up to light heavyweight. With Crawford now the undisputed 168-pound champion, a fight between them would give Benavidez a long-awaited chance at a major title. Experts note that while Benavidez has a size advantage, Crawford's recent showing against Alvarez makes him the clear favorite.
He's earned it. He is the man right now. He's the top gun. He's, I know you got him, Inoue, and Usyk. They all belong in those three. But Crawford probably just put himself on the top of the hill.
It does matter because you said that we're the ones talking. We're not the ones talking. Oh, we started talking after you guys started talking. It's retaliation. It's retaliation.
Your manager's talking all crazy. Oscar's talking crazy. It's the time, and I'll make you pay.
Despite Crawford's decision, some think he may be close to retirement. After all, he just became the first male boxer to hold undisputed titles in 3 weight classes, has faced nearly every top fighter in those divisions, holds an undefeated record, and likely earned 9 figures from fighting Canelo. In short, he has nothing left to prove and perhaps little reason to fight. That said, since Crawford is now unquestionably one of boxing's biggest stars, retiring now would mean leaving a lot of money behind. Not only is a profitable rematch with Canelo possible, but Crawford can also choose from top opponents anywhere from 154 to 174 pounds if he wants.
When you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, you know, say, all right, you know, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off, you know. But me personally, I believe in my...
Teddy Atlas is one of boxing's most respected voices. On a recent episode of his podcast, The Fight with Teddy Atlas, he shared thoughts on what Crawford might do next. The world is his and he can choose whatever he wants, Atlas said about Crawford's next fight. He's earned it. Right now, he's the man. He's the top fighter. Crawford has probably put himself at the very top of the pound-for-pound list. Now he gets to decide. He wants to drop in weight, not stay up there. He's aiming for 160. I just worry about him losing that much muscle to move down, because dropping muscle is tough, Atlas added regarding Crawford.
Top of the mountain, you know, and he's just... to the victor goes the spoils, baby. He gets to choose. He's special. He showed that. Now he gets to choose. He wants to go down. He doesn't want to stay up there. He wants to go down to 160.
But he's smart. His team is very smart. At the end of the day, he's smart. He's not moving too far, just dropping 8 pounds. He can do that without hurting himself physically. So ultimately, it's his choice. It seems Atlas would rather Crawford not return to the lower weight classes after succeeding at 168 pounds. And since he won't have to lose as much weight to make super middleweight, Crawford would likely feel the same way.
You know, without him, you know, really wanting to fight and putting forth the effort into doing what he can do along with me to get this fight done, we wouldn't be fighting. So it's only right that I give him that same, you know,
I want and I need. So after I do my thing, you know, Saturday night and be victorious, you know, I feel like it's only big name fights from here on out. You know, only main event headlines and pay-per-view headlines, pay-per-view fighting. So that's my goal.
Your skills against their skill.
Matchroom boxing boss Eddie Hearn said discussions are ongoing for Crawford to face former unified welterweight champion Jaron Ennis, who is set to make his 154-pound debut on October 11th against Wismalma. Terence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis is, in my view, the best fight in American boxing, Hearn told reporters Wednesday. But it has to be a big payday to get Crawford interested because he knows how talented Boots is. I'm not saying Crawford expects to lose, but he knows it's a serious challenge. To me, Boots is the new Crawford. We just need to make the fights happen to prove how great he is.
A fight that makes a whole lot of sense and a fight that stylistically will be, oh my goodness, is a fight between Terence Crawford and Jaron Boots Ennis.
I don't think I think that's going backwards for Terence.
To that point, Jaron doesn't have the kind of accolades. He doesn't sell to the mass and all these. So this fight was perfect timing for both these guys.
At Crawford's post-fight press conference, when Ennis was mentioned as a potential opponent, the 5-division champ said he wouldn't face Ennis because he's not going back to junior middleweight. For that matchup to happen, Ennis would need to move to a weight that works for Crawford. The issue is Crawford only wants fights that pay big, and only certain bouts can deliver that, Hearn said. You're dealing with a different level in Terence Crawford. His boxing IQ is off the charts. You need experience and top-level skills to compete with him. That's why I said I like the Boots fight.
It's been a roller coaster, but, you know, we made it to the top. No matter how we made it, you know, and, you know, it's definitely a test to say that anything is possible if you know, work hard at it and you believe in yourself and you have the faith.
Ennis was a former 147-pound IBF mandatory challenger for Crawford before moving up to 154 pounds last year to defeat Israel Madrimov for the WBA title. With that win, Ennis was promoted from interim to full champion and later became both the WBA and ring champion by stopping Iantezenis in April. While preparing for Malma, Ennis also acted as an advanced sparring partner for Alvarez as he got ready to face Crawford.
Understand it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So right. I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, but don't be Kevin.
But even the intense training wasn't enough for Alvarez, who admitted after the loss that his body let him down. It was an outstanding performance by Terence Crawford. Hearn said, "I'm disappointed for Canelo, but I'm actually happy Crawford is finally getting the chance to prove how great he is because his record hasn't fully shown it. Don't get me wrong, he's had big wins, but he could have defeated many more of the top fighters from his era. Doing that at 38 is remarkable."
Crawford Canelo fight. Were you surprised by the outcome?
It's boxing, anything happen.
No doubt. My other question for you is, with this win, everybody said Crawford elevated his status. He's the GOAT. Do you think this win puts him on Mount Rushmore or makes him a GOAT in boxing?
Everybody got their own opinion, so
what's yours?
We often rush to retire fighters. I think it's a great way to step away, but I actually believe Crawford can drop to 160 and claim a world title, making him a 6th division champion. Canelo Alvarez wanted the win badly, but Terence Crawford wasn't having it. Over 70,000 fans attended Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, and more than 41 million watched on Netflix as Crawford secured a clear, though competitive, victory over Alvarez.
Brooks Park, South Philly.
Yeah.
All right, so they'll kill me if I don't ask you, right?
What?
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford wins unanimous decision victory.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the fight?
I was trying to stay up. It was getting too late, y'all. It was like, I think by the time they came on, it was probably 1 o'clock or something like that.
It was like 1 and some change.
I trained.
Watching among the massive audience was Jaron Ennis. The 28-year-old from Philadelphia has challenged Crawford many times. He has also often been compared to the future Hall of Famer.
I think Crawford's going to get the job done. I am officially picking Crawford to win this fight. It is still 50-50, but obviously...
he says that till he goes to Canelo.
I'm obviously going to say that this is a 60-40 fight, and I have Crawford winning this fight. Crawford's going to win this fight doing something that nobody's done to Canelo.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to help Canelo. He's sparring against a great fighter, world champion in Ennis, and like I said before, iron sharpens iron. And maybe it will. But on the other side... It was interesting to hear your side of whether it's the overtraining or I think more the mental side. What if Boots is getting the best of him? How does that affect Canelo going into this fight? Why would you want to even put that doubt in your fighter's head going into such a big fight?
In an interview, Crawford reflected on times when people questioned his career. "It's wild because when I was with Top Rank, many were saying, he's broke, he's this, he's that. I was making good money, but I thought, I don't have to fight. I could retire. You all fight because you have to. I fight because I love it."
Following a once-in-a-lifetime fight.
.42-0, waving to the crowd, pumping his fists like he does so well.
And a kid on his lap. I love it.
Guys, I'm having a hard time hearing you, but it's hard to hear anything because it is loud. The city of Omaha is out. Bud Crawford making his way to the heartland of America.
My opinion is I like who I like. I like Roy Jones, Floyd Mayweather, Bernal Whitaker. What do you think? I'm liking Sugar Ray Leonard. I've been watching a little bit of Sugar Ray Leonard and James Toney. So they my top guys that I've been watching.
He then painted a picture of his lasting legacy. 100 years from now, people will say, "Remember that kid from Omaha, Nebraska, Bud Crawford. He moved up 2, actually 3 divisions, and defeated Canelo Alvarez. And with certainty, my name will be remembered and spoken of long after I'm gone." That's what legacy is truly about.
I figured it being so close to the fight too as well. You're kind of like tunnel vision when it comes to your opponent. And the only reason why I ask is because Turkey had mentioned that if Teo gets past Barboza, we could see a fight with you and Teofimo. I know Top Rank tried to make that fight as well, so I was just curious.
Crawford's words carry real meaning. The next decades will decide if that promise is fulfilled. Omaha already seemed convinced on this day. This was not just a routine celebration. It was a statement of identity, memory, and expectation. Crawford's home state became his amplifier, his city, his collaborator. It's well known that Ennis struggles to make 147 pounds, which led to his move up to junior middleweight. I think the big question is whether Boots stays at 147, if I'm being honest, untold boxing scene.
Now, like, what do you think of Teofimo as a fighter?
He's a good fighter. You know, good fighter. That's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. That's about it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were going to add or anything like that.
No. I say he's a good fighter. That's about it.
Okay. Brian Norman Jr. got a knockout win. I know you guys tried to make a fight previously. He had mentioned...
The performance by Stan 1 was impressive. His medical numbers weren't as strong, but it's understandable since Boots likely feels he'll do much better at 154. That's all for now. For the latest updates on news, highlights, events, and action in the boxing world, stay tuned by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss when we post high-quality content like this.